Hello everyone, this is Pedro Romero reporting on the 2021 LCS Summer Split for Gamezo. I have here with me Iconic, the jungler for Golden Guardians, who, although they started off with the upset win over Cloud9, they fell to TSM in day 3 of week 1. But with that said, here he is with me for the interview. Iconic, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Very good indeed. Very good indeed. I'd like to start off with a general look into week one. What are some takeaways that you can use to improve for next week?
Some takeaways. Let's see. Well, I think when we have like a stable early game or just like a solid early game where we're not too far behind or like too fucked, I guess. We can kind of play out the rest of the game and be competitive. But in our second game versus Immortals, we had like a really bad early game, I guess, and we fell behind pretty far. And kind of just it was a wash at that point. But I think if our team can like just consistently have a stable early game, then we can like take games off of anyone really.
Um, well, the way you said it in this latest match against TSM, it was kind of like the exact opposite. You guys started off pretty well against TSM in the early game, but things started to kind of go to the wayside, like as it transitioned to the mid game. Like for example, there was that one attempted to pick off POE in the top lane,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't happen. But with that
Yeah.
said, what went wrong from that early game to the end for Golden Guardians?
Um, I think we just needed to have just a better understanding of how to play out the game at that point. I guess we got picked off a couple times, and like from the early game, it was looking like we were doing like pretty well around the dragon fights. Where like if we just like played to stack dragons, I guess like we'd be in a pretty good spot. But just when there's a lot of downtime, we just got picked off a lot, so it kind of threw off the game a lot.
Um, in preparation for that game against TSM, how difficult was it to face off against them since they came into that match after having beaten Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses?
Yeah, I mean they're a strong team, and they had some like they're really closely contested games they had between Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses. Um, we just prepared for them like any other team, I guess. Didn't put too much thought into it.
Of course, without question, despite the two losses you had in week one, the biggest highlight for the team was your win against Cloud9. Looking into you specifically, how big of an impact did you provide for the win with your Leona?
Leona, I was playing Udyr that game,
Oh,
but
oh, I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
no,
uh,
you're good. You're good.
I'm sorry about that.
Uh,
Gotta
no, you're
play.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
You know, I got one gank off bot lane in the early game, which pretty good start to the game for us. And we were stacking dragons up until a certain point until we had a really bad fight at one of the dragons. We got like 5-0. And at that point, like Udyr is kind of the game's kind of in my team's hand at that point because I'm just like a meatball. But I mean, we played out the fights later in the game well, and my teammates played really well, and we came back to win the game eventually. So yeah, it was good.
I'm piggybacking off that question. How has the jungle meta shifted from what you saw in MSI with such as like Morgana's efficiency in camp players to now for the start of the season? Like, what are the differences that you can compare between those two time frames?
I'd say like the difference in meta between MSI and now is just like the champion pool that you can pick from is much wider. At MSI, it was mostly just Udyr, Morgana, and Rumble, whereas like the three like most contested picks, and now it's just like Udyr, Rumble, are top two, and after that you can just pick. There's like a lot of champions that you can pick from. So yeah, it's just like you have a lot more options now to play from. Yeah.
Taking a step further, what do you think about Viego and Gwen's emergence into the meta, since they are the two latest champions to enter into the league client.
Yeah. Both those champs, they seem pretty crazy. Gwen, in particular, seems like it's pretty strong, and they're both very flexible champions. They can play like multiple roles. So yeah, I'd say like a lot of teams are going to prioritize these champions, and they're all pretty strong.
With that said, what was it like to face off against who needs Viego in that match against TSM?
Um, Honestly, like Solo was kind of owning him a bit in the top lane, so I didn't really feel the Viego effect that game because he got solo killed and then he died to a gank. So started off a swift 0-2, but we kind of threw. So when you throw against Viego, he gets the resets. That's where the champion's good. Like if the champ gets resets, the champ's good. So yeah, it was. And Viego was all right. Like I don't think it was like a big factor in their win at all. But yeah.
Right. Looking into you personally, everyone has already discussed their thoughts on them returning to the LCS studio for this split. But for you, how did it fare to return to that place? Since the last time you attended was, I might be wrong, but you were there in 2019 as a member of Maryville University, right?
I didn't actually get to go because um, COVID kind of ruined the collegiate.
Oh,
Like we didn't even have a collegiate tournament actually.
yeah.
So it was actually my first time being here this weekend.
I was actually mentioning not like as in last year, 2019. Were
Oh
you there? Just
no,
just
no,
okay.
I was only there in 2020.
Okay, well, with that said, what was it like for you to go to the LCS studio and actually debut there?
Yeah, I know it's pretty cool. At least the first game, and honestly, all the games like it feels way different playing on the stage in compared to just like in our office or whatever. Like there's like I don't know, I feel a lot more nervous when I'm playing here, and I feel like I'm playing different. So I'm just gonna have to get used to that, and it'll be better. And yeah, I don't know, I just gotta get used to playing here, but it's cool.
Has anyone within the team tried to help you, like calm your nerves and like to have you just relax? Is there anyone that comes to mind in that regard?
Yeah, I think Colin Solo, he does a good job being just like a calm voice in the team and just keeping everyone level headed. So he helps me for sure.
Stixay, during the post match interview after Golden Guardians defeated Cloud9 said that his main goal was to develop the younger players or the rookies for the future. Um, for you, what is your personal goal for this split?
I just want myself and the team to perform well and just like get as many wins as we can. And if that means like getting to playoffs and winning a bunch of games, like I'm down for that. That's probably what I would like to do.
Playoffs is not out of the question, so just
Yeah.
absolutely. Um, well, now that you've faced off against three teams after this first week, uh, who of the remaining teams are you looking forward to facing and why?
Um. I'd like to play against Team Liquid because they got Bob Jenkins in the top lane now. He's kind of a unit up there. So I want to see if I can take him down a bit. He's kind of a beast, so that'll be fun game.
And also, who do you think is the team to beat right now in the LCS? Sorry about that.
I'm going with Immortals. They're pretty good. I like what they're doing.
All right, short
That was
answer.
the hardest match we played this weekend, so they kind of shit on us. So yeah, we have to take them down.
Right, short answer. Short and and just simple. That about wraps up all of my questions for today. Thank you so much, Iconic, the support. I mean, jungler. Sorry about that. The
Okay.
jungler for Golden Guardians. Do you have any final words to say to the fans who will be watching this interview?
Yeah, thanks for watching and supporting us, and we're gonna keep on working hard.
Perfect. This has been Pedro Romero for Gamezo reporting on the LCS Summer Split. If you want to know more about this event and anything else within the gaming industry, please be sure to check out the website in the link down below. With that said, I'll see you guys later.